Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something huge: how artificial intelligence is being used to build early warning systems that can actually predict climate disasters. We're talking about saving potentially millions of lives and protecting everything we've built before it gets washed away. And let's start right here with the human cost. This quote, it just hits you, right? When floods and landslides tore through Rwanda last year, more than 130 people died. And as Robert Kainemora said so powerfully, these are not statistics. They're futures that were just erased. This is the reality that makes this technology so incredibly urgent. And this number, well, it shows you the sheer scale of the problem we're up against. 50%, half of the entire world's population, that's almost 4 billion people, are living without any kind of early warning system. It's not just a tech gap, it's a massive global blind spot we have to fix. Now, for decades, we've relied on our traditional methods to see what's coming. But here's the thing. As climate extremes get wilder and more frequent, just looking at the sky or, at old weather patterns, it's just not cutting it anymore. Our old tools are really struggling to keep up. Okay, so let's get into this a bit. The old forecasting models, they're mostly built on what's already happened, on historical data. But the problem is, climate change is basically rewriting the weather playbook. Disasters are hitting faster and in stranger ways that our old, slower, and pretty limited models just can't predict anymore. So this is where things get really interesting. This is where AI enters the story. And we're not just talking about a slightly better forecast. No way. AI is a complete game changer, moving us from just reacting to disasters to actually predicting them. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. While the old systems are stuck looking in the rearview mirror, AI systems are looking everywhere, all at once, in real time. They're gobbling up massive amounts of data from satellites, from sensors, even from social media posts. They're processing millions of data points to spot these incredibly complex patterns that no human ever could. It's the difference between seeing a storm on the horizon and seeing the exact conditions that will create that storm days before it even forms. So, how does it all work? Well, it's this really crucial four-step process. First, the system just inhales a flood of data from everywhere. Second, machine learning algorithms sift through all of it, looking for those tiny signals, those little anomalies that scream disaster is coming. Third, it spits out a super specific, highly accurate forecast. And fourth, and this is the most important part, it sends out targeted alerts directly to the people who need them. It's a chain that literally turns raw data into a life-saving warning. And listen, this isn't just a cool theory. It's already happening out there in the real world. Let's take a quick spin around the globe and see how this tech is already making a real impact from Africa to Europe to Asia. So, first stop, South Africa. The Weather Project is a perfect example. It's using AI not just to predict a flood, but to connect that prediction directly to the healthcare system. It analyzes weather, climate, and health data all together, so communities can prepare not just for the floodwaters, but for the health crises that often come right after. Now, what's so cool about this is seeing how different countries are tailoring AI to their own specific problems. You've got Norway, with all its mountains, using a system for daily, super local landslide warnings. Then in Denmark, they're using this really advanced deep learning tech, called a DCGAN, to forecast how floods will spread through their cities in real time. In Finland, they've built a system that pulls all the different warnings together into one clear picture for the people in charge. And this technology can get incredibly personal. In Bangladesh, they're developing an AI-powered virtual assistant that's basically an extreme weather advisor for farmers. It's a tool designed to build up resilience from the ground up, helping the people on the absolute front lines of climate change. Now, these incredible projects, they're not just happening in a vacuum. They're all part of a much bigger, coordinated global push led by the United Nations. And the goal is massive: get every single person on Earth covered by an early warning system by 2027. The whole initiative is built on these 4 pillars. See, it's not enough to just have the tech to forecast a disaster. You need the whole chain. It starts with understanding the risk in the first place, then detecting and forecasting it, then making sure the warning actually gets to people, and finally, making sure communities are actually ready to act on it. And just look at the coalition they've pulled together for this. You've got UN agencies, humanitarian groups like the Red Cross, and tech giants like Microsoft and Google. It sends a pretty clear message, right? Solving this is going to take a massive team effort from everyone. This quote from Microsoft's chief data scientist, it gets right to the heart of the challenge. I mean, you can have the most brilliant AI model in the world, but it's completely useless if the warning never reaches the people in danger. A huge piece of this is closing that connectivity gap, literally using AI to put unmapped communities on the map, because that's where the danger is greatest. So the potential here is obviously immense. But like with any powerful new technology, the road ahead is full of tricky challenges that are going to require not just technical power, but a lot of human wisdom too. Which brings us to this critical question. We have this incredible tool, but is it a silver bullet? And the answer, of course, is no. AI is an amazing accelerator, for sure, but it's not the whole solution by itself. For all its power, we have to navigate some really serious issues. How do we use all this data and still protect people's privacy? How do we make sure our algorithms aren't biased and actually work for everyone, especially the most vulnerable? And this one is key. How do we build systems that communities actually trust and will act on? Because let's be honest, trust isn't code you can add at the end. It has to be part of the design from day one. And this is the thought I really want to leave you with. AI is giving us this almost unbelievable power to see the future, to predict the storm. But the real test, the ultimate test, isn't just how accurate the prediction is. It's whether we use that knowledge to build stronger, fairer, and more prepared societies. The tech is a tool. The wisdom to use it, well, that's on us.